The question has been, can they win on the road? And they've really struggled in that way, obviously having the best home record in the NBA. But now with both of your all-stars potentially sidelined, I mean, it's impossible to think that they would continue to have success, and I think would continue to have to hold on tightly to that 8th seed or staying into the playoff race because of the injuries that they had to deal with all season long.
They have a decent buffer to not fall to 7. They're 9 games ahead of Brooklyn right now, but the Pacers could pass them. They could be 5 or 6, which means they could play Miami or Boston on the road in the playoffs. If they were to get bounced in the first round, the reports and rumors out there that Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid won't be teammates next year. Do you buy into that?
Okay, I have a hard time buying into it because I have a hard time thinking that a team with 2 all-stars is a bad thing. But obviously it hasn't worked. But I think we give a lot of blame to Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, but we don't think about what they've been through. Their front office has been jumbled. Their teammates, I mean, about 60%, I would say, of the starters that they had, that production is not on their team anymore because of different trades and moves that have been made in off seasons. And they've been forced to work in a system that's not really built for them. I mean, these are 2 players that should really be surrounded by shooters, and they don't have that anymore. So is the fault Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons? Well, not necessarily. Is the cast of characters that are around them supporting their play perfectly? No. So I don't think that the blame should necessarily be on the 2 all-stars or that the best idea is to separate them. The best idea is to find a way to make it work for them.
But that has been the problem, right? And so we'll see how that shakes out going forward. And that's put a lot on Brett Brown, who a lot of people are having some issues with at this point right now. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to Jayson Tatum because he put on another clinic last night against Utah. And we've sort of put it out there this morning. If your name isn't Giannis Antetokounmpo, is Jayson Tatum the second best player in the Eastern Conference? What are your thoughts on what we're seeing out of him right now? Did we lose Maria?
Uh-oh.
I think we lost Maria. All right, we'll try and get Maria back on the phone there.
Either that or she's contemplating.
She's stunned.
You know what she's doing? Pondering.
Yeah, you know what she's doing? She's giving herself time to think.
Yeah.
Because that was a very layered, nuanced question.
Yes, it was.
So we'll see what happens there. We told you we had some more voicemails on that. As we wait to get Maria back on the show, we'll play some of those other voicemails about who is the second best player in the Eastern Conference. Here is one of them.
This is Trace from West Virginia. You guys are kind of comparing Tatum without Walker, and he has been phenomenal. Kind of a sleeper is Chris Middleton. When Giannis isn't there, his numbers are pretty incredible. That too, I would probably say can be the second best player.
Right. So he said Embiid at the end of that, second best player. And we had said that too. If Embiid, who admitting consistency hasn't been there and now the injury, I would say at full strength, Embiid would probably be that guy.
Yep.
Probably lean that way, but what Tatum is doing now has been incredible.
All right, I think we've reestablished communication with Maria Taylor. Maria, we were talking about Jayson Tatum and the tear he's been on, and nobody's had more three-pointers in the month of February than him. Are you surprised at all at how much he's elevated his play, and where do you see him in the echelon of Eastern Conference players right now?
You know, it's interesting. I got a chance to sit down with Tatum kind of the first quarter of the season after you could see that he had made this market improvement from year 2. And now we're sitting here and it's like his 3rd consecutive game with 30 points while shooting 60% or better from the field. And he literally said he just feels more confident, period. Like he's attacking the basket. He's not taking bad 2-pointers. You know what I mean? Like he's either threes or he's driving. He's using his physicality. He's gotten a little bit stronger. He feels really confident. And I think the point that you guys are making, too, about the addition of Kemba Walker means a lot, because one thing that he continues to say is, like, it's actually just fun to play basketball. Like, if we're having a good time, the chemistry is there, and he's okay taking some of that ownership of, okay, I got to be an all-star, play like an all-star in order for my team to be successful. So it's been fun to see that improvement. But I think the second best player, and we tend to forget about him, is Pascal Siakam for the Toronto Raptors. Because first of all, he's probably the most improved player for the last 2 seasons, but we forget that that's like the reigning champion. They too have a good record, and he is the star player for that team.
Woj brought that up. Could you imagine him winning that award 2 years in a row, most improved? That would be just incredible. As Maria Taylor joins
How much more can you improve?
ESPN,
right,
NBA
I know.
content.
I don't know.
now leading it, is playing second fiddle to Kawhi, now being the man after Kawhi is gone. Over in the Western Conference where Kawhi is, we see Houston in the 4 slot. They destroy Memphis last night. They hoist up 53s making 23 of them. Do you think this team can win a championship in the NBA today with small ball?
So here's the deal. I've always thought you live by the three and you die by the three. Can you consistently shoot the three ball in a 7-game series? And that is like your modum of operandi. Like that is the way that you score. I don't think in a 7-game series it's sustainable. I think during the regular season, yeah, it makes sense. But also when you're playing just one team, they have enough time to scout you and they know, okay, look, this offense is essentially one-dimensional. I mean, Russ obviously can create his own shot at any time, and he can get guys open. But if the threes aren't falling, then what happens to this Houston team? You know what I mean? And so that's just something I think that they would have to watch for in the playoffs. Obviously, during the regular season, it's certainly working. And I also think, like, there might be a glimpse into what we're going to see moving forward in the NBA or what we've been seeing it trend to. They're just a step ahead of everything. They're going all in, putting all the chips into the small ball play.
Well, they certainly are, and Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta has tried to sort of clarify his comments, saying we're not scared of anybody. We're scared of the Warriors. Yeah. We just knew how good they were. That was sort of an interesting dissertation there. Meanwhile, are we seeing exactly what we expected and hoped we'd see out of Zion Williamson? 9 straight games with at least 20 points, 5 straight with at least 25. Are we getting exactly what we thought, or are we getting a little more?
I think we're getting what we thought and more. I mean, my expectation for Zion was certainly to be a dominant physical specimen. But the way his production, his efficiency, I don't know if I saw that because I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe if he's going up against guys that are, physically as strong as he is or have some of the jumping capabilities that he does, then maybe he doesn't score as much or doesn't find as much success. But what we're seeing is he's like 10 steps ahead of most people. Like he's Iron Man or, Captain America in a world that everyone else is like the Avengers. Like he can take control of any situation.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app. And if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.